Today, I want to share an article with you titled, "A Family's Warmth is Best Seen at the Dinner Table." Let's listen together. On the last day of the National Day holiday, on my way back to Shenzhen from Changchun, I rewatched The Godfather out of boredom. This movie is hailed as the Bible for men, and I revisit it periodically. Every time I watch it, I find something new, bringing me a different experience each time. There's a detail in the movie where Michael, while discussing gang affairs with his subordinates, is interrupted by his sister, who reminds him, "Father never discussed business at the dinner table in front of the children." Michael is taken aback for a moment, then orders his men to leave the room. Why is this? Michael's father, the elder Don Corleone, once said, "A man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. A man can face danger and challenges outside, but the dinner table is a sacred place in life. When you sit in front of your family, your role is to be a loving father and husband, providing warmth and happiness to your loved ones. Many might not think this important, but I firmly believe the dinner table reveals a family's warmth. Years ago, when I was still in school, I worked part-time as a tutor. Most of the time, I would only see the child and his mother at home. The father, working for an airline, was seldom home. During my interactions with the child, I noticed he was very introverted and had a shifty gaze, lacking a sense of security. One day, after finishing my tutoring session, I was invited to stay for dinner since the father was home. However, before I could respond, the parents started arguing because of a layer of dust on the dining table. "Why is the table so dirty? Couldn't you clean it?" the father snapped. The mother retorted, "We've been eating out these past days. If you don't like it, let's eat out again today." So the four of us went to a nearby restaurant, but soon after starting our meal, the parents began arguing again. This time, it was because the child wanted his mother to peel a shrimp for him. She refused, saying, "You're old enough to do it yourself." The father, raising his voice, said, "What's the harm in peeling a shrimp for him?" The mother shot back, "If you're so capable, you do it." As they argued, I noticed the child staring at his parents with teary eyes but didn't cry. It was then I realized why the child always seemed so timid. A family with a dusty dining table cannot raise happy children. A child's growth needs a warm family atmosphere, not a cold house where, despite living together, no one offers warmth. Some families not only have a cold dining table but also thin family ties. Everyone's life is similar, either dealing with trivial matters or endless small issues. If a family's life doesn't come down to the concrete act of sharing meals, it won't be happy. When I was young, a neighbor's child went to university in Shanghai, thousands of miles away, and could only come home once every 6 months. During those times, the parents would invite me over. I noticed that a few days before their child came home, they would start preparing, filling the fridge with food and drinks. When their child arrived, the mother would cook various dishes, changing the menu every day. My parents used to joke with them, saying, "If all parents were like you, they'd be exhausted. The child can eat just fine at school." The mother would always reply with something that now seems very wise: "Rice and dishes are full of emotions. They must be treated well." A family that understands the importance of good meals and eating together is bound to be happy. There is a saying in A Bite of China in this era: everyone has experienced much joy and sorrow. The Chinese often hide their bitterness and turn happiness into food, presenting it on the dining table through the seasons. That's why a steaming table, family reunions, laughter, and toasts are the simplest and most reassuring form of happiness for Chinese people. Love begins at the dinner table. Life starts at the dinner table. Your first birthday, first date, and unforgettable memories often begin at the dinner table. The warmth of life can also fade at the dinner table, where arguments, disputes, and harsh words can make the table cold and lifeless, eventually making your life dim and dusty. The warmth of a family is found at the dinner table. To live well, you must first learn to eat well.